What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone, and welcome back to, well, another day and another drama with Douglas Luiz not showing up for preseason, which is going to complicate, excuse me, our transfer window, which is already extremely complicated. However, there is some good news, if it's actually believable news, is that we are being linked with, for once, I think this summer, a top player despite the age and all those things. So that's what we're going to talk about. It's Daniel Munoz from Crystal Palace. And then there is the Weah situation that is never going to get resolved at this point, and giving away Miretti, yet another promising player, just, gifting him away because we need a quick buck to, I don't know, potentially sign a player we do absolutely not rate one bit, because that's how it's been going all summer long. But before we get into it, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. First off, let's start off with the positive news. If, like, it's out there, it's a link, it's Daniel Munoz, and then we will move on to the Douglas Luiz situation. Daniel Munoz is being linked to us, right back, Crystal Palace, 29-year-old of age, in May, I think it was. So he's 29. Will have a good, I think, at a high level, 3-4 years in him at least. He is, like, if you sign Daniel Munoz, well, remember when we talk about Joao Mario and all those things, that's a 100% difference maker. Do I think it's going to happen if you sell Weah? No, I don't have that feeling one bit. Like, I'm going to be honest, I think the club signed Joao Mario and they're keeping Kostic as a backup. How sad that is, that's the reality. But according to Tutto Sport, actually Daniel Munoz is high on the list. Now, Crystal Palace, do they need to sell? Not really. They're selling, they probably will sell Eze as well, so they don't probably need to sell. But Daniel Munoz is a top player. Remember when we had that conversation on this channel? People are like, oh, it's the Belgium league and etc. He came from the Belgian league. It was peanuts to get him out of the Belgium league compared to now. And it was very clear that he was a top player. Yes, I watched him week in, week out, but still, like, offensively, extremely good. An engine, like, he can run for 90 minutes what Tudor wants, and defensively he's actually pretty solid. At times he loses his head, once in the, I don't know, each 8-9 games, but I'll take that compared to what we have and what he offers offensively. And also, like, for 90 minutes long, it's consistent, up and down, without stopping. It's unbelievable. And yeah, for 35 million, if that's the price, you need the splash tab, because that is a 100% difference maker. You put him in the team and you have an upgrade from day one. It's as simple as that. Like, if you want to upgrade, that's the player you go for. If it's realistic, well, you tell me. I don't have a feeling it's realistic, but maybe you guys have that feeling and you convince me. Other news, Douglas Luiz out of the club. No, everybody knows we're selling Douglas Luiz, and he decides to not show up for preseason today. Obviously, we'll get fined, but I don't care about the fine. Unless the fine is 40 million, I don't care about the fine. Whoever advised Douglas Luiz to not show up for training camp is an idiot. Like, is an idiot. Now, they're not an idiot if they feel, well, now the club is going to lower their demands because, well, we don't want Douglas Luiz, and maybe the price was too high, and now we need to lower the demands. If we are a serious club, for once in 5 years, the club is harsh because he's out of the door. If you want to go Everton, if you want to go West Ham, pay the 40 million. You can stay out of training camp for the next 20 years, for all we care. If you want to leave, they're going to need to pay the money. If it's not in this summer, then it's next summer. But the money you wanted, we need to get. Now we will see if this club is actually run by idiots or serious people who want to win again and want to be serious again, But everything up to this moment showed that we're not that club. When it comes to Douglas Luiz, I question why didn't he play? And I was talking pure about individual qualities. When players who were playing poorly kept playing, maybe this is why he was not playing, because he has an awful attitude. That could be the case. It can be as simple as that, because if you stay out of training camp when we are looking to move you on and you want to move on, why the hell are you staying away from training camp? That's disrespectful, and that also shows the club has no control, because in a serious club, a real club, players do not do that. And if players want to do that, the club knows way in advance and they will act on it way in advance. But that's not the case at this club, and it's frustrating, but these things will keep happening if this is what the club will be for the next couple of seasons. So Douglas Luiz, an idiot, but it complicates the work that needs to be done to move him on. But that doesn't mean we should, sell him for 20 million. We need to get our money. You need to get your money. That can never change. That's the Douglas Luiz part. Let's move on to Miretti, because Manna, who worked for us, works now for Napoli, wants to bring in Miretti, and they're very serious to bring in Miretti, and they believe they can get Miretti for around 10 to 50 million. Like, I'll repeat, they think they can get Miretti for 10 to 50 million. If that's not sad, then what is? Casadei went from Chelsea to Torino for more money, and he is absolutely rubbish. Casadei, like rubbish. He went for more money from Inter to Chelsea, I think, and he's a rubbish player, like bang average, nothing about him, whatever, like just a box standard Serie A player for a mid-table team. That's it. He went for 20 million. Atalanta won 20 million euros for Palestra, who played 400 minutes in Serie A football. Players are going for money, more money. Emerson Royal went to Besiktas for 10 million. He is one of the worst players in Serie A by a country mile. We cannot sell. Why do you need, no, I say why. I know why. It's clean money, it's plus Valenza, and here we go. And we spent that money on other rubbish players. I saw the article. Since 2018, we collected 200 million from the next gen. And where does that go? Where are we now? We got 210 million euros from the next gen since 2018. And where are we right now? Did that help? No, because we spent the money bad. Then I'll keep repeating myself. If you want to make money, and it's not going to be as much as money, move out players who have proven not to be good enough and are on a lot of money, like a player like McKennie, Nico Gonzalez, whatever. These players need to be moved on. But because these players have no offers, because they're on a lot of money and they've been bad for multiple seasons, that even other clubs are like, sorry, but you haven't shown anything for us to pay you that money, we are in a situation where we need to sell Miretti and Bangula for peanuts. But the club is looking at it, it's clean money, 10, 15 million, easy. And we're going to replace him with another player. And 2 years from now, we're like, shit. Then another player needs to go, but how are we going to move him up? Because we paid a lot of money for him, and he's not worth anything at this moment in time. That's an ongoing cycle. Because the crap players do not have offers, we need to give away the more talented players or players who could do a job or the same job on a very cheap wage, budget, whatever, So Miretti, Napoli closing in because, Napoli feel we can get him on a cheap, and Conte's like, cool. I can deal with it. But we are like, no, we cannot deal with it. And then to wrap it up, there are other reports out there, but the Weah situation is the next one. It's all up in the air. Everything agreed with Marseille. We want 20 million. They're offering 10 plus 5, around 50 million in bonuses. We want 20 million. Leeds are interested. Another Premier League club are interested, but no offers have been made. It's only Marseille, but we want 20 million. If Marseille want him, pay the 20 million. And if Marseille do not want to pay the 20 million now, they're going to need to, as a club, if you feel, we're not going to get that money some sort of way. Even if those 5 million euros you won are in bonuses over the next 3 years, you take that because you can move on the market. You at least get that money from what Marseille want to pay up front, and you can make it work for now, I guess, some sort of. And you try to figure out a deal for the player you sign also a little bit down the line. Things need to move up. Like Milan are interested in Vlahovic, but it's slow because Milan like, okay, we can wait until August, maybe not too long because we need a striker, and then whatever the demands will be. Like that's kind of the situation. It can explode any moment right now, but it also can, be like this where it's like, okay, waiting, and it's just waiting. And then, okay, we need to let Miretti go, otherwise we're stuck. So in the comments, let me know what you think about Daniel Munoz, but especially let me know what you think about the Douglas Luiz situation and how the club should handle that. That's it for me. I will speak to you guys tomorrow. Ciao.